Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are going to take our time. I will be guiding you through a careful, methodical masterclass, exploring exactly how to use AI for your interview preparation. I want you to truly absorb these techniques, step by step. So let's dive right into this and unlock the immense power of artificial intelligence to secure your next big career opportunity. Consider this question deeply. What if the ultimate interview coach was already sitting right there at your fingertips? You see, so many candidates simply rely on hope, or worse, hastily memorized answers. But what if the exact formulas you need to succeed, the precise structures used by top-tier candidates, are just waiting to be typed into an AI prompt? Today, we are going to learn how to command these tools with absolute precision. Here is our syllabus for today. We will start with your personal AI coach, then move to crafting your professional story, mastering the mock interview, navigating tricky strategic questions, and finally, nailing the final impression. Let us move through these pillars deliberately. Let us begin with Section 1, your personal AI coach, setting the foundation for success. I want you to take note of this first prompt. It is beautifully simple, yet profoundly effective. You just ask the AI, give me 15 most common interview questions for my specific job type and one strong 2 to 3 sentence answer for each. This completely removes the guesswork. It gives you an immediate, customized roadmap of exactly what the industry expects from you. Now, this is the kind of structured output your AI will produce for you. It gives you a crystal clear, categorized view of what to expect. You have the common questions on one side and crisp, impactful answers on the other. Now, I must emphasize, you should not memorize these verbatim. Rather, I want you to study the structure. Observe exactly how a seasoned professional answers complex questions in just 2 or 3 sentences. Moving calmly to our next lesson, Section 2, crafting your professional story, turning your experience into a compelling narrative. The instruction here is highly calculated. You are going to command the AI, rewrite my answer to tell me about yourself for this role, keep it under 60 seconds, include one strength, one experience, and why I fit. You see, this specific instruction engineers the absolute perfect introduction. It forces discipline upon your answer. It ensures you deliver your exact fit, all well under 60 seconds, right before the interviewer's attention has any chance to wander. Now, observe how this specific instruction brilliantly bridges the gap between paper and speech. You simply say, take this resume bullet and turn it into a 30 to 45-second interview story. Highlight the problem, my action, and the measurable result. The crucial takeaway here is you are taking a flat, lifeless resume bullet point and turning it into a living, breathing story. This is how you prove your competence out loud. Next, we apply the foundational STAR method. You tell the AI, help me turn this experience into a STAR story. Situation, task, action, result. Make it 60 to 90 seconds long and focused on impact. This framework is absolutely vital. It takes your raw experience and skillfully molds it into the exact psychological framework that hiring managers are systematically trained to look for. Let us break that down carefully. The AI will build your answer logically. First, the situation, setting the scene. Second, the task, your specific responsibility in that moment. Third, the action, the exact steps you took to solve the problem. And finally, the result, the measurable impact you achieved. If you master this framework, you will master the behavioral interview. That brings us to Section 3, mastering the mock interview, simulating the pressure. This is a profoundly powerful technique. It essentially turns the AI into a strict but incredibly helpful tutor. You instruct it, act as an interviewer for this job title, ask me 5 questions one by one. After each answer, give 1 to 2 short feedback points and 1 better way to phrase it. The AI will then ask you questions sequentially. You respond. It critically evaluates you, providing immediate, highly targeted improvements after each and every response. Observe how easily we can escalate this for more complex, intimidating scenarios. For panel interviews, this command provides a full 10-minute prep sheet. Create a 10-minute prep sheet for a panel interview. Include how to address multiple people, how to keep answers concise, and 3 body language tips. This critically prepares you for the unique dynamic of facing multiple decision makers at the exact same time. Moving on to Section 4, navigating tricky strategic questions, handling curveballs with grace. If you have stumbled in the past, please do not despair. Just use this diagnostic tool. I got this behavioral question wrong in my last interview. Help me spot 3 gaps in my answer and suggest a better structure. This completely removes the negative emotion from failure. It asks the AI to coldly, analytically spot the gaps in your past answer and systematically suggest a stronger, far more resilient structure. Ah, the dreaded weakness question. You ask the AI, help me answer, what is your biggest weakness for this role? Be honest but positive, with one real example and how I am improving. This targeted input is quite masterful. It ensures your answer remains authentic and honest, yet overwhelmingly positive, securely anchored by one real, verifiable example of continuous improvement. This brilliantly illustrates that transformation. Slowly observe the difference here. On the one hand, you have a raw, potentially damaging answer that highlights a flaw without a remedy. But on the other, you have a carefully structured positive reframe engineered entirely by AI. It politely acknowledges the weakness, but then immediately pivots to the actionable steps you take to mitigate it. Now for salary discussions. Preparation is your absolute greatest leverage. Give me 3 polite ways to answer, what are your salary expectations, based on my experience in this field and location. This command generates responses highly calibrated to your specific field and your exact geographic location. This allows you to navigate the financial discussion calmly, smoothly, and professionally. We have gently reached the final section of our masterclass. Section 5, nailing the final impression and closing the deal. At the very end of the interview, they will always ask if you have questions. You must have questions ready in return. Help me prepare 5 smart questions to ask the interviewer about this company. Focus on culture, growth, and impact of the role. By prompting this, the AI generates sophisticated inquiries, ensuring you appear deeply engaged and intellectually curious about their organization. Notice the specific focus areas the AI will instinctively target: company culture, company growth, and the true impact of the role you are stepping into. You see, questions in these particular areas brilliantly signal to the interviewer that you are thinking long-term, and more importantly, that you are evaluating them just as carefully as they are evaluating you. Finally, the all-important follow-up. Draft a short thank you email after my interview for this role. Thank them, mention one key point from the discussion, and show enthusiasm. This final instruction effortlessly drafts a polite, highly professional thank you email. It specifically recalls one key point from your talk to show genuine, attentive enthusiasm. I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Are you ready to stop simply hoping for a good interview and start actually engineering one? You now possess the scripts. You have the structural methodology. Take your time. Practice deliberately. Take control and use these precise tools to engineer your success. Thank you for joining me in this explainer.